Today, we're taking a grounded, scientific look at the interstellar object known as 3I Atlas, and we're clearing up the dramatic claims that have been circulating online. A lot of people are calling it engineered, artificial, or even a probe. But when we look closely at the data, the real explanation is far more natural and far more interesting. One of the biggest talking points is the sudden brightness spike recorded on January 22nd. Some say it proves artificial activity. In reality, this is a well-known optical effect called an opposition surge. When the Sun, the Earth, and the object line up almost perfectly, shadows disappear and the object reflects light straight back at us. Moons do this, asteroids do this, comets do this. It's dramatic, but it's not mysterious. Another claim focuses on the enormous 100,000-kilometer halo extending from the comet. Online, it's being described as a shield or a sign of controlled energy output. But this is exactly what happens when carbon dioxide and carbon monoxide ices sublimate at very low temperatures. Even far from the Sun, these gases can erupt into huge, diffuse clouds. It looks wild, but the physics checks out. There's also a lot of attention on the so-called perfect jet symmetry, 3 jets spaced at 120 degrees, which some people interpret as engineered thrusters. But here's the truth. We cannot see the nucleus directly, not even with Hubble. What we're looking at is a blurred coma, processed through filters that enhance contrast and exaggerate patterns. Rotating bodies often produce repeating features, and image processing can make them look more geometric than they really are. Symmetry in the coma does not mean symmetry in the object. Another point of speculation is the 7.2-hour wobble. Some argue that the object's tumbling rotation, combined with its apparent alignment toward the Sun, means it's actively stabilizing itself. But tumbling, what scientists call non-principal axis rotation, is extremely common in small bodies. Outgassing can nudge the spin in ways that look intentional, even though they're completely natural. Then there's the chemistry. A carbon dioxide-dominant coma, organic molecules, and metallic traces have led some people to suggest an engineered shell or artificial construction. But interstellar objects form in environments very different from our own solar system. Unusual chemistry is exactly what we expect from material that was born around another star. Organic molecules are everywhere in space. They don't imply technology, they imply chemistry. Finally, there's the upcoming pass near Jupiter. Some claim it's a deliberate gravity assist maneuver. But Jupiter's gravity dominates the outer solar system. Objects pass near it constantly. A close encounter is statistically rare, but not suspicious. It's orbital mechanics, not intention. 3I Atlas is fascinating because it's interstellar, it's unusual, it's unfamiliar. But nothing we've observed requires an artificial explanation. The physics explains the behavior. The mystery comes from our limited data, not from a hidden technology. When we look at an object like 3I Atlas, it's important to remember that our telescopes aren't giving us a photograph. At this distance, even Hubble can't see the nucleus. The entire object is smaller than a single pixel. Everything we interpret, the jets, the symmetry, the halo, comes from patterns of light, not from a clear image. To make sense of that faint light, scientists use processing tools that stretch contrast, sharpen edges, and remove noise. These techniques help reveal structure, but they can also create illusions. A natural jet can look like a beam. A fuzzy patch can look like a triangle. Our brains fill in the blanks. And that's why interpretation matters. We're studying an object formed in another star system, using data that's incomplete and filtered through human perception. The physics, sublimation, rotation, chemistry, and orbital mechanics explains what we're seeing. The rest is imagination. Our telescopes give us clues, not portraits. And understanding that difference keeps us grounded in the science. Before we end, let's step into the shadows for a moment and imagine a possibility that lingers at the edge of science. If an advanced civilization ever wanted to cross the galaxy, they wouldn't build a shining metal ship. They'd hide inside a comet, a frozen fortress of ice and dust. a perfect disguise drifting silently through the dark, protected, invisible, ancient. And when we look at 3I Atlas, with its strange chemistry, its violent outbursts, and its eerie, almost deliberate patterns, it's hard not to feel that chill. Because it could be one of those travelers, a silent wanderer wrapped in a shell of ice, moving through our solar system exactly the way a hidden craft might. No signals, no warnings, just a quiet passage through the dark, as if it has done this many times before. We would love to believe that's what it is, a messenger from somewhere older, stranger, and far beyond our understanding. But for now, we have no proof, only questions, and the unsettling sense that something about this object doesn't fit neatly into the universe we thought we knew. And maybe that's the part that echoes the loudest, because if 3I Atlas isn't a traveler, then somewhere out there, something else might be.